What happens when you are in a relationship that becomes abusive? I've worked with abusive cases and it came up again this week. Two more cases. Over the years, I had many. So, this is my observation and part of my studies. It's a sacred theft. It's when love becomes so draining. They're stealing your joy, they're stealing your future, they're stealing your dream, they steal your personality until you're just a broken shell. So there's a truth that lives in the body before the mind dares to acknowledge it. The longer you remain in the presence of harm disguised as love, the more of yourself do you lose. Not slowly, not gently, but cell by cell, breath by breath, until the person staring back from the mirror is a stranger wearing your face. Does it ring familiar? So, domestic violence is not merely a physical brutality or a verbal assault. At its core, it operates as a spiritual vampirism, a systematic extraction of your life force, your divine essence, your sovereign selfhood, until there's no self esteem left. And the abuser, operating from a void within themselves, from pain that never healed, been inflicted in them, and they became so angry and so resentful that it drives them to repeat the cycle. They cannot generate their own light by themselves. And so they feed off your light, your energy, your positivity because they hate to see that. They tap into your energy field like a parasite drawing from a host, leaving you increasingly exhausted without explanation, hollow where you once felt full, uncertain of truths once you knew, disconnected from your inner voice because they don't want you to trust your intuition, unable to protect or advocate for yourself because they isolate you from other people, and then they dismantle your reputation so that people won't believe you. Spiritually malnourished and soul starved. They don't want to go to church, they hate the Bible, everything spiritually is wrong, and then the abused person starts to neglect themselves. They fall prey to this hectic, dark energy that's taking them over. This is the energetic reality of domestic violence. It's the erosion of self love and self respect. Every incident of abuse, whether it's a raised hand, a cutting word, a controlling demand, or a manipulative silence, carves away another layer of your self worth, your confidence, your belief in yourself. And the abuser knows this consciously and unconsciously. Your diminishment is required for their dominance. So you begin to negotiate with your own dignity. Maybe it wasn't that bad. Maybe I'm overreacting. Then you rationalize with unacceptable. They had a hard childhood. They stressed. I triggered them. And I heard that yesterday from a woman in an abusive relationship. He had such a hard childhood. He comes from a different background as me. I'm the first one giving him a normal life. You lose faith in your perception. Am I the crazy one? Am I making this up? So you start to doubt yourself. That's what they want. That's how they isolate, shame, and blame you so that they can get away for what they are doing. This is the architecture of captivity, not built with locks and chains, but with shame, confusion, and the gradual stealing of your ability to trust yourself again. Why you cannot see it while you're in it. The mind protects what it cannot yet bear to know. Most women don't want to know. Most men don't want to know. Not yet. I see potential in this person. They're going to change. This is just the once off, the twice. It's going to change. To see the abuse clearly would mean that you need to shatter the illusion of the relationship you believed you had, grieving the future you hope would unfold, admitting you have been harmed by someone you actually trusted and loved, facing the terrifying unknown of life without them, rather with the devil you know than the one you don't know, because you don't want to live by yourself. You can't. You're not happy in your own company. Accepting that you cannot fix or save them. That's very difficult. And so the mind creates fog, denial, hope that shape shifts into false optimism, the belief that this time it will be different, that the person you glimpse during the calm phase is the real them. Little do you know, that's just to soften you up again. But the cycle, the tension, explosion, apology, honeymoon, repeat is the relationship. There's no calm about that. The calm is not a return to truth. It's part of the pattern of control to make you comfortable again, to make you trust them again, because maybe they changed. Maybe it's not going to happen again. You get softened, and in that softness, you get attacked again. So the longer you stay, the less capable you become. Here's the cruelest mathematics of abuse. Time does not heal in the presence of ongoing harm. Time deepens the wound. Each day you remain, your nervous system becomes more dysregulated. Your energy reserves deplete further and further. Your connection to God weakens. Your discernment is so clouded that you cannot see right from wrong. Your capacity of self-protection atrophies. Your spiritual immune system collapses. You are filled with anxiety, depression, overwhelm, fear. You become less able to leave precisely because staying has drained you of the strength, the clarity, and the self-belief required to leave. This is why abusers often stay. You can't survive without me. They know they have engineered your dependence, not just practically, but spiritually and psychologically. The soul knows before the mind admits. Your body has been trying to tell you through anxiety that spikes when you hear the key in the door, the nausea in your gut when you criticize you for your own good, the way your chest constricts, your breathing shallows, your light dims in their presence, you're too scared to speak and voice your own opinion. This is not anxiety. This is your soul's alarm system. You were not born to live in a state of vigilance, appeasement, and self-assurance. You were not designed to shrink so that others can expand. You were not created to be fuel for somebody else's emotional fire. Your essence is sacred. Your energy is holy. Your selfhood is divine inheritance that no one has the right to steal, diminish, or consume. It is time that you reclaim what was taken from you. Through self-awareness, you need to stand up for yourself. I hope that these words have stirred something in you, a recognition, a remembering, and a whispering of the truth that you have been suppressing, because you can turn your impossible into I am possible, your pain into wisdom, your mind fog into purpose, and you can become the beacon of light for others in this situation. I'm Dr. Madeleine Gomes. I'm a spiritual teacher, mentor, and pranic healer. Please connect with me if you feel this post is for you.